Now, can you describe what this spreadsheet shows?
Okay, these are cash deposits that were made into the bank account of Lieutenant Colonel Dina Govender and his wife, who is also a SAPS member.
And on this on the screen that's displayed, the column that says account is redacted, but there are various different accounts in the unredacted. And the references to the actual bank statements and their pagination in the record is in the bundle column, which is the fourth column.
That's
so
correct.
if we can just take an example. We see that on using the bundle reference at 1420, there are a succession of cash deposits into what is a home loan account. And if we go to 1420, we will see the bank statement for that.
That's correct.
That specific account, which will reflect those cash deposits.
That's correct, Commissioner.
Then in paragraph 66.3, in the subparagraphs of 66.3, you summarize the overall picture. Can you take the Commission through that summary?
Okay. Commissioner, the 63.3.1, between the 29th of August 2022 and the 18th of December 2023, cash deposits aggregating to 2,343,050 rand were made into the bank accounts of Lieutenant Colonel Dina Govender and his wife, who is also a SAPS member. Sorry, it's 2,034,350 rand. Correction, 2,034,350 rand. That's cash deposits.
Then 66.3.2.
66. Okay. On the 15th of May 2023, cash amounts aggregating to a total of 179,800 rand for the benefit of Lieutenant Colonel Dina Govender and his wife were deposited into the bank account of the conveyancers attending to
Independent Police Investigative Directorate, IP Deputy Director in KwaZulu-Natal, Len John has told the Matlanga Commission that Hawks officer Colonel Dina Govender was linked to a financial trail worth more than 2.7 million rand following a deadly police operation in Durban in which 5 men were killed. John made the disclosure while testifying before the Commission on Wednesday as scrutiny intensified over the circumstances surrounding the April 2023 operation and the financial affairs of police officer who was linked to the task team involved. The operation resulted in deaths of Bevan Loftus, Ryan Santos, Chase Fain, Michigan Hypolite, and Sihle Zondi. According to the police version presented to the Commission, SAPS task team led by Govender identified a flat after arresting a suspect in connection with the Greenwood Park case. Police said that when officers entered the flat, the 5 men opened fire, prompting the task team to return fire. All 5 men were killed in the ensuing shooting. However, IPID's investigation has raised questions about the operation and the financial transactions involving Govender and his wife, who is also a SAPS member. John told the Commission that the bank records revealed cash deposits totaling more than 2.5 million rand into accounts belonging to the couple between August 29, 2022 and December 18, 2023. The commission also had evidence of substantial payments linked to the couple's purchase of a property in Isibaya, valued at more than 2.3 million rand. According to John, 179,800 was paid to the conveyancing attorneys on May 15, 2023, followed by a further 200,000 rand payment 4 days later. On April 26, 2023, shortly after the deadly operation, more than 298,000 rand was transferred into Govenda's home loan account. John said the identified cash payments amounted to more than 2.4 million rand. Once the home loan transfer was included, the total financial trail examined by IPID rose to more than 2.7 million rand. The figures drew further attention because Govenda's monthly SAPS take-home salary at the time was reportedly less than 26,000 rand. The financial evidence has also brought renewed focus to allegations made by Loftus's father before his son's death. According to reporting, Gregory Loftus approached the High Court on March 31, 2022, seeking an order to prevent Govenda and SAPS from killing his son. In his founding affidavit, Gregory alleged that Clive Naker had offered Govenda 2.5 million rand to kill Bevan Loftus. That allegation has not been proven and remains an allegation. The commission has separately had claims that the backgrounds of 5 men killed during the operation. One of the men was alleged to have been an Inkabi, a hitman, while Santos, Flame, Loftus and Hippolyte were allegedly connected to the towing industry. Members of the task team also alleged that the men were involved in the drug trade. The evidence places the circumstances surrounding the operation and the financial dealings involving Govenda under renewed scrutiny. The commission will ultimately have to determine whether the police account of the shooting is consistent with the available evidence and whether the financial transactions identified by IPID have any connection to the operation that left 5 men dead. John also stated that members of a KZN police task team investigating cash-in-transit robberies may have been used in taxi rivalries. He said the police watchdog has investigated allegations of task team members acting on information from rival operators. John explained that the task team's job is to focus on CIT-related cases, but in some instances, its members allegedly targeted people with no evidence tying them to these crimes. He said hundreds of alleged criminals have died in police shootouts, adding that commanders often cannot prove those killed were connected to CIT robberies. John also described it as suspicious that the police cannot explain how they tracked down many of the suspects, raising questions about whether rival taxi owners were feeding them information. The IPID officer earlier detailed alleged links between the tow truck industry, the drug trade, and police. John testified on what he said were gangs operating in the Greater Durban area and suspected police involvement. He said the majority of tow trucks are being used to supply and transport drugs across the country. John further alleged that police officers are involved in these operations and said, Commissioner, it's a known factor that certain police officers at station levels are linked with certain tow truck businesses. You'll get police officers who will give jobs to certain tow truck operators in order to get a payment from them. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.